Hi everyone, in this lesson we will learn how to offer help and also how to accept these offers. Same as always, we will begin with a model dialogue and afterwards we will explain everything in detail. I heard that you're moving. Yeah, I've booked a van, but I could do with more help. Really? Let me help out this weekend. That would be great, thanks. Now, this scene is between two friends and they are about to discuss person B's plan to move this weekend. First, person A says this to say what he has heard about person B. I heard that you're moving. I heard that you're moving. Now, this sentence works in two ways. First, we can simply use this sentence to tell the other person what we have heard. But the other important use of this sentence is to start a conversation. If you've heard something about someone, then you can say, I heard that, and then use a clause to tell the other person what you have heard. A clause is a group of words that usually has a subject and a verb. So as you can see, you're moving has the subject you and the verb phrase are moving. Lastly, this clause uses the present progressive tense, are moving, as the speaker is talking about someone's plan to do something in the future. And we often use the present progressive tense to talk about future plans. Let's take a look at a few more example sentences. I heard that you're selling your car. I heard that you're going camping. I heard that you're changing jobs. Okay, so let's now do a speaking practice of these sentences. I heard that you're moving. I heard that you're selling your car. I heard that you're going camping. I heard that you're changing jobs. That was great, well done. Next, the speaker said this sentence, but let's focus on the second part of this sentence. I could do with more help. I could do with more help. The key phrase in this sentence is could do with, and we use this phrase to talk about wanting something, but also needing something. So if you didn't have a car, but you get the bus to work every day, then you could say, I could do with a car. Because not only do you need a car, you probably also want a car. However, if you said, I could do with a Ferrari, then this sentence sounds a bit strange because although you might want a Ferrari, you don't really need a Ferrari. So we use the phrase could do with to talk about things we want, but also things we need. Here are a few more example sentences. I could do with more cash. I could do with a big tent. I could do with a bigger salary. Okay, so let's now do a speaking practice of these sentences. I could do with more help. I could do with more cash. I could do with a big tent. I could do with a bigger salary. Great job, well done. Now let's listen to how we can offer help to someone. Let me help out this weekend. Let me help out this weekend. The key part to this sentence is let me. The verb let means allow, so we're asking the other person to give us permission to help them. After this part, we can use a verb to say what we are offering to do. In this sentence, we have the phrasal verb help out, and it means to help someone, usually by doing a certain task or by giving money. Now, although this sentence is somewhat polite, it's also not a very polite way of offering help. We will learn more polite ways of offering help in the next lesson. Let's take a look at a few other example sentences. Let me ask around. Let me give you my tent. Let me speak to my boss. The phrasal verb ask around means to ask other people to find out more information or advice. So this sentence can be used to offer help to the other person by saying that I will find out some information that can be beneficial for you. Okay, so let's now do a speaking practice of these sentences. Let me help out this weekend. Let me ask around. Let me give you my tent. Let me speak to my boss. That was great, well done. Lastly, we can accept someone's offer of help by saying something like this. That would be great, thanks. That would be great, thanks. Now, one of the most common uses of would is to talk about situations that are not true in the present. And these are imagined situations. So this sentence means that if the other person helping me were true, then that would be great. Let's practice saying this sentence. That would be great, thanks. That would be great, thanks. Excellent job, well done. Let's listen to the whole dialogue again. I heard that you're moving. Yeah, I've booked a van, but I could do with more help. Really? Let me help out this weekend. That would be great, thanks. Okay, so same as before, we're going to practice this dialogue. And as always, we will do 2 speaking practices. All the lines will be on the screen, so when it's your turn, please read the line and participate in the dialogue. Let's begin. I heard that you're moving. Really? Let me help out this weekend. Yeah, I've booked a van, but I could do with more help. That would be great, thanks. Fantastic effort today, well done. Okay, so in this lesson, we learned useful expressions to talk about things we want and also need, to offer help to others, and to accept the offer of help. The next lesson is the speaking drill lesson, and I will see you again in the lesson after that. Bye bye.